Have you ever gazed at the stars and wondered about the unseen world that exists beyond our own? What if I told you there's an epic saga, older than time itself, about beings of pure light, celestial warriors, and a rebellion that shook the foundations of heaven? Today, we journey into the heart of this cosmic drama to uncover the complete story of the angels, from the fiery seraphim surrounding God's throne to the tragic fall of Lucifer. This is a tale of creation, rebellion, and the eternal war between light and darkness. Before the first star ignited, before the mountains were raised, God created the angels. They are not flesh and blood, but pure spirits of light, brought into existence to serve, worship, and carry out His divine will. The ancient scriptures tell us that when God laid the foundations of the earth, these morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy. Imagine that sight: countless celestial beings, witnessing the birth of our universe in a chorus of praise. From their very inception, they were organized into a magnificent hierarchy, a celestial ladder of ranks and orders, each with a unique purpose in the grand design of the cosmos. At the absolute pinnacle of this heavenly order are the Seraphim. Dwelling in the immediate presence of God, they surround His throne in ceaseless worship. The prophet Isaiah was given a breathtaking vision of these beings, describing them with 6 wings. With 2, they covered their faces in humility, with 2, they covered their feet in reverence, and with 2, they flew, their voices echoing through the heavens. Their very name means burning ones, signifying their role as conduits of divine fire and purity. Day and night they cry out, "Holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory." They are the living embodiment of pure adoration and divine love, their existence a constant song of worship. Just below them are the Cherubim, the mighty guardians of divine mysteries and sacred spaces. You might remember them from the book of Genesis, where God placed cherubim with a flaming sword at the east of the Garden of Eden to guard the way to the tree of life after Adam and Eve's expulsion. They are not the chubby infants of Renaissance art. The prophet Ezekiel describes them as eye-inspiring beings with 4 faces, that of a man, a lion, an ox, and an eagle, symbolizing the completeness of God's creation. These powerful beings are so magnificent that they are described as carrying the very throne of God, acting as the living chariot of the Almighty. But not all angels remained in their designated roles. Among the heavenly hosts were a group known as the Watchers, or Grigori. They were sent to earth with a noble mission to observe and gently guide early humanity. However, a faction of these Watchers, led by an angel named Samyaza, became captivated by the beauty of human women. In a staggering act of defiance, they abandoned their heavenly post, descended to earth, and took human wives for themselves, a direct violation of God's divine order. This forbidden union gave rise to a fearsome offspring, the Nephilim. These were giants of old, described as mighty and powerful, but their presence brought corruption, violence, and chaos to the world. The transgression of the Watchers was so severe that it prompted a divine judgment of cosmic proportions, the Great Flood, sent to cleanse the earth of the corruption they had unleashed. The story of fallen angels, however, begins with one figure whose name once meant light-bearer, Lucifer. He was not just any angel. Scripture describes him as the model of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty, adorned with every precious stone. He walked among the fiery stones of heaven, a guardian cherub of the highest order. But pride, the great spiritual poison, began to fester in his heart. He looked at his own glory and desired more. He declared in his heart, "I will ascend to heaven. I will raise my throne above the stars of God. I will make myself like the Most High." This desire to usurp God's authority ignited the first and greatest war. a war in heaven. Leading the charge against this rebellion was Michael, the Archangel. His name is a battle cry and a question. Who is like God? It is a direct challenge to Lucifer's arrogant claim. Michael, the great commander of heaven's armies, stood as the ultimate defender of righteousness and truth. The book of Revelation paints a vivid picture of this celestial conflict, and war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought with the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought, but they did not prevail. Lucifer and the third of the angels who followed him were defeated. They were cast out of heaven, hurled down to the earth. The glorious light-bearer became Satan, the adversary, the great deceiver, forever at war with God and humanity. Michael, in contrast, remains the guardian of God's people, and a timeless symbol of humility, faithfulness, and the ultimate triumph of divine justice. The celestial realm is far more complex than just these few figures. Traditional Christian angelology, drawing from various scriptural passages, outlines a heavenly hierarchy of 9 distinct orders, often grouped into 3 spheres. The first sphere, closest to God, includes the Seraphim, Cherubim, and thrones beings of pure contemplation and worship. The second sphere consists of dominions, virtues, and powers, who govern the universe and maintain cosmic order. The third and final sphere, which interacts most directly with humanity, includes the principalities, archangels, and angels. From waging spiritual warfare to delivering divine messages, from guarding nations to protecting individuals. Each rank has a specific and vital function in God's immense and intricate plan. This ancient rebellion set the stage for the eternal conflict that continues to this day, a cosmic war between the forces of light and darkness, between God's loyal angels and the fallen ones led by Satan. And humanity finds itself right in the middle of this spiritual battlefield. Angels continue to serve God's plan of salvation as messengers, like Gabriel, who announced the birth of Christ, as protectors, who encamp around those who fear the Lord, and as mighty warriors fighting unseen battles on our behalf. We are not alone in this struggle. A vast, powerful army of light stands with us. The rebellion of Lucifer and the fall of the Watchers did not derail God's ultimate plan. Instead, they served to reveal the depths of His justice and the heights of His mercy. The story of the angels is a profound reminder that choices have eternal consequences. One day, the Scriptures promise, the fallen will face their final judgment, and the faithful, both angelic and human, will be united in eternal glory. Through the ultimate sacrifice and victory of Christ, humanity is offered redemption and a place within the redeemed hosts of heaven, invited to join the eternal song that began before time itself. The story isn't over. We are all a part of its final, glorious chapter. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the celestial realms. If this story fascinated you, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the great mysteries of faith. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and look for the light.